G'day guys, my name is Caleb, otherwise known as a Critic Kebab, and a Doctor Who Series 12 trailer has just been released. It's only a quick one, so I feel like it's going to be more so like a teaser rather than an official trailer that gives us lots of juicy story details. Obviously, Series 11 introduced Jodie Whittaker as the first female Doctor. Series 11 was a very interesting season. I did a review up on the. It is up on the channel. I do recommend you guys check that out. I'll link it up above. But that season was really interesting because it kind of gave me personally. I know it was very divisive amongst the fans, but for me personally, there were things I loved. There were things I liked. There were things I thought were just okay. There are a few things that I disliked, and there were also some things that I absolutely hated. So that was definitely one of the more unique reviews that I've done on the channel. So definitely check that out if you're interested. But the Series 12 trailer has just been released. It's the anniversary of Doctor Who. So it's Doctor Who Day. That's what we're celebrating. And now we've got a trailer for Series 12. So let's just get straight into the reaction, see what we've got. And if there's anything interesting, we'll dissect it. So let's get straight into it right now.
The name's Doctor. The Doctor.
The security of this entire planet is at stake. Can we rely upon you?
I'm not where I wanted to be, but I can work with this.
From Joe Cole.
Ooh,
I don't suppose
What'd you
see
do?
anything weird around here.
You believe this is a human?
whoa,
What's the plan? You trust me, don't you?
whoa.
Have I got to answer that?
Where are we? Paris, 1943? Oh no. Something's coming for me.
Ooh, TARDIS looks different. Ooh, Cybermen.
Feel it.
Let it come.
Because we're your mates.
Family.
Get away from them!
This is crazy.
We'll get into the TARDIS. You're gonna die.
Whoa.
If you go ahead, Doctor.
I don't know.
Coming early 2020. Okay. Interesting. Lots of crazy quick shots of various things. Like I was anticipating, no big story details. Kind of just a few hints towards some things that we will be seeing in the upcoming season. So it looked like new Cybermen. That's interesting. Obviously, in the New Year special that we got the first incarnation of the Dalek that we've seen in the new Jodie Whittaker era. And that was kind of like a new take on the Dalek and kind of brought the fear aspect back with that. So we'll see if we can kind of get that back with the Cybermen, because I thought when they were first introduced back with David Tennant all those years ago, that I thought that was an excellent introduction of this really menacing foe. And I really loved the Cybermen back then because they were like this menacing, lethal, and like the sound design, and they were actually a really cool, and I thought were one of the best villains of that the David Tennant era. But when they through the Matt Smith era and stuff, I just felt like they kind of lost their menace, and they became so advanced and stuff that they kind of lost that kind of clunky robotic nature, like that kind of, you could feel like there was a human inside the suit. And then kind of when they got upgraded in the Matt Smith era, it kind of just felt like they were just these advanced. They kind of lost that that kind of scary nature. And I don't know if that's just because I grew up and was like, kind of didn't really find it as scary. But for me personally, I feel like, the Cybermen are still one of those really cool villains that's always cool to see rock up in Doctor Who. I'm going to quickly go through some of this. So obviously the trail opens up with them in suits. That's pretty cool. I wonder what that's going to be like. Honestly, the trailer, it's cool for what it is. It's not mind-blowing. It's not, terrible, I wouldn't say. As a teaser trailer, I would say it succeeds. It gives us some very cool clips that kind of gets us intrigued and excited for the new season. It says it's coming early in 2020, so when specifically, I'm not too sure. But regardless, I don't think we'll be getting any sort of Christmas special or New Year special. I've heard nothing about it, and you know, there's no sort of links to that in here. There's one shot in here that looks kind of like Graham has like a Dalek head or something. I don't know what the go is with that. That looks really strange. I'm not too sure what that is. But honestly, one of my biggest hopes for this season is that, obviously, the biggest downfall I feel like of Series 11 was that we kind of just got these individual episodes with these individual stories. It was a one and done, and that was kind of it. Whereas there was no overarching story that we've had and what we've come used to in Doctor Who over the last, you know, since it rebooted in 2005. So I feel like they need to go back to that. It's not so much like we need to be going back to these, you know, 2-parters and these 3-parters and having these overarching stories, because I do like the occasional one and done, but overall the writing just needs to be elevated like heaps, because I feel like writing overall was just the biggest downfall of last season. Me personally, I love Jodie Whittaker. I think she's a great Doctor, and I really like her quirky and, you know, quite off-kilter, you know, personality. I kind of vibe with that. So I really enjoy the kind of vibe of, you know, Team TARDIS and all that type of stuff. So I hope we get more of that, but just with more engaging, more, you know, just better episodes that kind of give us more to sink our teeth into, because I feel like last season was kind of just very light and wasn't a whole lot for us to really get invested in, especially the finale, which kind of just brought back such a lame villain, I thought. There's one shot in the trailer where they kind of talk about how there's someone breaking into the TARDIS, and obviously the Doctor doesn't know how or whether that was possible. So that's interesting. I don't know. That seems interesting to me, because the TARDIS has always been one of those things where it's like, you know, such a tough exterior and there's no way of getting in. It's always been, you know, quite indestructible for the most part. But yeah, the teaser trailer for what it is, it looks cool. I guess there are my thoughts on the official teaser trailer that has just come out. Let me know your thoughts down in the comments below. Do you like what you have seen? And is there any chance that you think this will be an improvement over last season, or do you think that Doctor Who has just kind of done its run? Me personally, I hope Doctor Who keeps, you know, going along. It's one of those shows that, you know, I feel like it has so much opportunities to keep doing these weird and wacky stories, and I feel like hopefully it continues to just pick back up and give us some great sci-fi entertainment, and hopefully those who didn't like last season can jump back on and hopefully get on board for this season. Anyway, those are my thoughts. Let me know your thoughts on both last season, what you expect for this season, all that. If you did enjoy the video and you like this reaction, make sure you go down and hit that like button. That would be really appreciated. And if you are new to the channel, make sure you click subscribe. That way you don't miss out on any of my future content. And if you are already subscribed, make sure you hit that notification button as well. Always helps out the channel when you guys are straight away on top of it and giving me your support. I always really appreciate it. As always, thank you very much for watching, and I'll hopefully see you in another video.